Oh, hey, oh, hey, hey. We're talking your time value on another episode of Ask Prof. Joey C. Do you understand the value of your time? I hear a lot of gurus talking about act like a millionaire or it's not worth your time. But in a startup business, especially startup real estate, if you're not willing to put in the time and grind, you are destined to fail. Here's how I look at time value. We'll be using the example of Sean the Wolf Schachner, who is a member of our leasing team. Sean makes $60,000 to $80,000 a year, which is about $35 an hour. Sean recently purchased a 2-unit building where he is going to rent and make income from that building. But with most rental properties, there's always going to be a problem. And Sean recently got hit with a plumbing issue in his property. So I'm going to break down whether it's worth Sean's time to do the repairs or to sub out the repairs. So a plumber is going to cost $50 to $100 an hour. As I stated before, Sean is worth $35 an hour. But it's not as simple as saying, yes, he should do these repairs, because there's a couple different scenarios. The first one is, can Sean actually do the repairs? So if it's something like a simple faucet fix or installing a garbage disposal, Sean's relatively handy. I'm sure he can go online, Google it, watch a YouTube video, and figure it out. And not only can he learn how to do these critical skills, but he can also save a few $100 in the process. So that would be a situation where it is worth Sean's time. But it's not always that simple. If the plumbing repair is beyond Sean's capabilities, then he needs to think about subbing it out. He may not be able to do the repair. A plumber is a skilled tradesman, and he may not be able to figure out how to replace an entire stack in the house or fix an underground house trap outside where he's gonna have to excavate his front yard. These are situations that it's gonna cost Sean a lot more per hour than he actually makes, but he has no choice other than to sub it out. So his time value really won't matter. Respect the trades and sub out the complicated work. If not, it can turn into a very, very costly lesson of what not to do. Another variable is Sean's personal life. Right now, he's a single man with ample time on his hands, so he can afford to give up his nights or weekend and go do these plumbing repairs. But if he would have a family, that time often gets a premium. So even though he's making $35 an hour at his day job, it may make sense for him to sub something out so he can have that critical time with his wife and children in the future. But as a young entrepreneur, a single young entrepreneur, I would recommend in a case like this to get your hands dirty, learn and save that money. Also, if he cannot make the time because he's busy at work, for instance, Sean is very busy during leasing season, he may have to sub the work out because he just doesn't have the time to do it. And it's critical to get these plumbing items repaired so his tenants stay happy and keep paying him. If you're not born with a silver spoon in your mouth, a lot of times it's gonna make sense for you to jump in and get your hands dirty early on in your business. The ideas these gurus pitch about, I'm investing so I don't have to work, that's a nice idea for a meme. But in the real world of business, getting your hands dirty is 100% a necessity to getting the job done. Sometimes high-level business thinking doesn't make sense in the gritty world of startup entrepreneurship. As time goes on, your time value will change, and there'll be things that you can't do even if you want to do them. For instance, I like ripping off roofs, but it doesn't make sense for me to be up there with the crew ripping off roofs when I need to be in the office managing my team. So sometimes, even though you want to as your business grows, you have to give up these tasks that you can sub out because now you have the opposite problem where your time is too valuable for you to be doing these things. Value your time accordingly. Get in there, get your hands dirty, and learn. Save some money and keep the ball moving forward.
Oh, hey, 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 I'm all shook up. Hey, hey, hey.